In this video, I'm going to talk about the number one reason of failing relationship, why you have been failing in your all past relationships, and why you are not satisfied in your current relationships. And at the very end of this video, you are going to learn how you can achieve and how you can have that number one thing just within a day, and how you can achieve your most satisfactory relationship. Stay tuned. So, hello, my beloved soul family. Welcome to Love and Beloved. This is Dilruba Chowdhury, your love life leader. I'm very happy you are here. So, let's talk about when we search for any relationships. What do we see? What do we actually begin the search with? We have something in our mind that we kind of try to match up, and then when something match up with our ideal list, like ideal relationship pattern, we think that that's what the romanticism, the actual satisfactory relationship means. Then we get attracted and we pursue that relationships. But down the road, what happens most of the time, the list of our ideal relationships is actually doesn't match up with our inner want. The actual connection we have been searching for doesn't match up. So it just fades up the surface level of the relationship ideology, and then down the road it just fails, and you don't feel the satisfaction inside of your mind. You don't feel that connection with that person anymore. So just for an example, let's see, when we talk about a relationship, when we talk about a lover, what we see, like he or she needs to be this height, this the complexion, this is how she's gonna be talking, like she's gonna be cooking for me, he is gonna be making dinner for me, or he will be so supportive, he will be driving me for a long drive, he will have a candlelight dinner, or we were gonna just spend nights in the starry nights outside. So these kind of things actually comes in our mind at the very first level, and those are really cute things. Nothing wrong with those, but the thing is, those are just the surface level. Those are just the act that expresses in other relationships how happy they are, how they are projecting their love life towards each other. So we just tend to have that kind of list in our mind, like, okay, if someone says I love you, someone opens up the door for us, that must be the person, right? But those are the gestures of love. Those are like how they are expressing their feelings toward you, but those are not the feelings. So what we need to do is look for the feelings, look for the core, actual, authentic feelings, then signify that, and then recognize that relationship in there. Like recognize that, okay, this is the satisfactory love I would actually go for days in, days out, because act will change. But the core satisfactory factor is here that that person feels for you. That person actually remembers you when he is passing by a store. When he is going through a store, he is actually memorizing you. He is making you as a part of him. So he brings something for yourself. So this is not the same thing as a flower or the bread, but the same thing is he is remembering you. So the reason we fail it, cause we actually don't know even ourselves what we want. we are just going for the pursuit of the gestures, the expressions, the actions, but we don't know what causing the actions behind the scene. Is that someone possessive? That's what their drive, or is that someone love, or is that someone affection? How that drives that actions, right? So the number one reason is we have to know the core list of our want. The number one reason is we have to know our core list of love, what we want, not the surface level, but the very deep core need that we actually crave for. The connection from the soul that is never going to be fade out, because your soul is like constant, it's immortal. So the one from the soul is always going to be the same. So you have one soul and you will have the same soul at the end of your life. So whatever comes from your soul, the soul call, it's never going to be changed. So let's go through now how you can actually achieve the same results, the same list, how you can ask yourself to how you're gonna pursue what is your very core wants that you want in a relationship. Okay, so just have a pen and paper just handy, and then start writing what makes you feel loved. What makes you feel loved? Okay, maybe you're gonna write down, I feel loved if someone cooks me dinner, right? So then you can ask the question again, another layer deep, like why it's important for me. Then you will probably write, okay, it's important for me because it shows that he cares for me. And then again, go one step deeper. Why it's important for me to be cared? Well, because I have been taking care of myself all the time, and care makes me feel that I am safe and sound with that relationship. Okay? Why it's important for you to feel like safe and sound? Because I don't feel safe by myself. I want someone to just keep me safe, and I feel protected all the time. Why do you feel unprotected and unsafe all the time? And then you will probably go a darker side of your soul and see like, okay, I have been always abandoned by my parents, or I have been always a lone wolf. I have always just been lonely and care for myself, and have had so many bad experiences being alone. I don't want to experience that again. So that's why you want to be protected, to want to feel cared, and want to be safe and secured in a relationship. And then once you get into that list of the dark side of your soul, the shadow comes in surface, and you will probably feel that kind of emotional, and you will probably feel that you are really getting into an hazy side, like you don't want to be explored that. But that's where the core thing relies. That's where the core things relieves. So if you wanted to go in there, you have to dig deep over and over, and it might make you feel cry, feel like hesitant, feel like uncomfortable, but it's very needed to know your need, know your actual authentic wants. And by that, you will only know what will satisfy you, what will make your relationship strong enough to go down the road like 20, 30, 50 years and going stronger. So to recap this video, the number one thing we always miss in our relationship search, that we don't know our core wants, and we don't know what exactly we are going to be satisfied in a relationship. We just look for the surface level of satisfaction, but not the core values, the core level of our own soul search. So it's very important to know your own soul's imprint, what you want, why it's important to you, why that characteristics means so much to you. And if you have any trauma attached to that, heal from that, and then you go from there. If you heal from that, you are now no longer going to be needed to refill your void from that kind of trauma, because you are healed from that. So you can actually attract the relationship from a healed and complete standpoint, so that it doesn't need to be a greedy or always just taking from the other person. So it's very important to know your needs first. By the time when you are gonna go for that knowing, you are automatically gonna know if you have any past trauma connected to that or if you need some healing. And once you know all of the list of your wanting, of your ideal person in your relationship, you are never gonna fall for any shiny stone, shiny rock that just looks like your diamond. You will know your diamond right away when you find them. So just like, subscribe, and share, and love you a lot. And I wanted to let you know that couple of spot actually opens up for one-on-one consultation. So please schedule a free call to see that if you are a good match to work together. Have a happy life.